Hi, my name is James, and I just want to share with you my story and how Dr. Pamer, Mackenzie Pamer, has really been very helpful to me with my health situation. A couple of years ago, I had some problems. I just started having some problems from nowhere, and my back started hurting, and I was having problems sleeping at night. I started having problems with my digestion, and basically my whole body was misfiring, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to see my family doctor, and he referred me to a neurosurgeon. And the neurosurgeon that I went to see did a number of tests on me. And after about a month or so of getting tests, he was not able to find anything that was wrong with me. And yet my symptoms were not getting better. And that was very frustrating and disappointing in many ways because I spent money and at the same time my situation was not getting better. And not only that, they didn't know what was wrong with me. So that was very frustrating. And then I spoke to one of the guys, a good friend of mine at work, who referred me to go see a chiropractor, and they actually referred me to Dr. Pamer. And initially, I was very skeptical because another friend of mine said, "Well, don't go to a chiropractor because I've heard very bad stories about people who were injured and all kinds of things." So I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning, but when I went there, I made my appointment. I filled a form that listed all the symptoms that I was having. And when I showed them to Dr. Palmer, she told me that she knew what was wrong with me. And that was very good news for me because I really was desperate. And my family too was desperate because this was affecting the way that I was working. And at some point, we're really even contemplating for me not to go to work. And so this was really affecting the whole family in a way that we could not afford. And so after I spoke to Dr. Palmer, she set an appointment for me to get x-rays done, and the x-rays were done, and then we had an appointment to have a review of the x-rays, and the x-rays were reviewed, and it was just mind-blowing to me how my spine looked. And we worked out a program for my adjustment, and so I was coming to see her thrice a week. They don't feel any pain. So I would highly recommend that everybody go and see a chiropractor because the medical system in our country doesn't really recognize the need for people to have adjustments, and yet this is very, very, very important. And if anything, they will just help you treat the symptoms, but never really the problem. So I highly recommend that you go see a chiropractor, and I recommend one. Dr. Palmer has been very, very, very wonderful, and I'm feeling very good right now. My spine is straight, my numbers are looking very good, and I'm sleeping back again. I remember 2 years ago, I was only sleeping maybe two hours a night, but now I'm back to sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours a night. And I have my energy. I have to tell you about the energy. I had lost all my energy so much that every time that I was getting up in the morning, it felt like I was already at the end of my day, and that was really bad. And it took me a good 6 months to start feeling like, okay, I'm getting some of my energy back. But I am feeling good. I am feeling good, and I am just highly thankful. I'm very happy with what Dr. Palmer has done for me. And it's not painful, by the way, for those who have never had it. It's not painful. It's very non-invasive. It's one of the most non-invasive procedures that you ever have. And it's very, very short. You just come in, and for 45 seconds to a minute or so, she's done with you and you go home. And that's very good and very convenient. If you are someone who does not have insurance, that's something that concerns a lot of people, that, okay, how am I going to be able to afford this? This is way much cheaper compared to going to the doctor, because this just fixes a whole lot of things long term. And also, they do work with you. They will give you some flexible payment plans to get you to be able to afford your payments and adjustments. So that's something not to really worry about. But I'm a happy customer, and I'm saying this from my heart, and I'm not really making up anything. This is as true as it gets. My life was very miserable, and I'm feeling very good. And I can't just tell you how helpful Dr. Pamer and what she does has been to me and to my family and just to my whole life.